Hello, Reds, and welcome to the instant post-match reaction show. Liverpool have been absolutely slapped all over the gaff. Really, a deeply disappointing performance. Gasperini's side come to Anfield and utterly dominated Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool side. Anyway, frankly, not good enough. I know, obviously, everyone after this game be like, "Oh, it's only the Europa League." Sod that, mate. If Liverpool are playing in a five-a-side, I want them to win the trophy or whatnot. It's frankly not good enough. Disappointing. Reds, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you are watching on the repeat, let us know. Hit that subscribe button if you are new, and let us know your thoughts on this game, really. I think straight into the starting 11, Liverpool made 6 or 7 changes from the side that did play last week anyway. And you're like, did that impact the game? What excuses do you want to come off the back of this game? I don't want to be using excuses. What I want to be doing is lauding Atalanta for their good play. I wouldn't say that's their best game they've played this season. I think it's Liverpool played a massive part tonight in terms of how lethargic, complacency, a lot of complacency coming into this game. I think first 5-10 minutes into this game, Liverpool were just looking very lazy, very sluggish, lack of effort, lack of desire. Something that has not been accustomed to this Liverpool side. But what we've seen as being a pattern of play over the last year and in terms of the back end of last season as well, there where Liverpool would start games so slow. I wish we'd actually start a game and we'd be 2 or 3-0 up. But yet again tonight, it was almost a case in point of Liverpool were just like, sounds, let whatever happens anyway. Scamacca couldn't even get a game for West Ham, or even did. David Moyes couldn't even get a bloody tune out of him. I think that Mark Scamacca, I think he scored like 5 or 6 goals in the Europa League this season as well. And by Lord, if Lookman come on in that second half for Atalanta, he's one of their best players this season. He would have absolutely made that about 6 or 7. Because Liverpool our defence just opened up on every single Atalanta attack. Liverpool, as I said, from the title and the thumbnail, very fortunate from our perspective that it's only 3-0. That game could have very quickly ran away from Liverpool. If it wasn't for Kelly in that first half, I know the first goal in which Liverpool did concede, Kelly could have made a better attempt to save that. But at the end of the day, if it wasn't for Kelly tonight, that would have been a very much cricket score, in all honesty, as well, Reds. Let's get to all your comments as well. Big up there, the Red Machine. Jack Ladd, disappointing. It was a carbon copy of the last meeting with Atalanta. It was, mate. It wasn't good enough. Do you think we can save it? If, buts, and maybes, la. I wanted Liverpool. I'd love it if we come back. But Liverpool, at the end of the day, we shouldn't be allowing playing 93 minutes of football like that. We shouldn't. I'm hoping this doesn't go into the Premier League as well. This doesn't creep into the Premier League because our season could be very quickly unraveling beneath us, really, in front of our eyes. The 2 performances against United were absolutely shambolic. They weren't good enough. They weren't up to the level of which Liverpool Football Club can play. And these players as well, let's act, not act like we haven't got a Roy Hodgson side. There's enough quality on that pitch tonight, and there's enough quality in this Liverpool team to be performing much better than we actually are. Because Jurgen Klopp has been absolutely done by Gasperini tactically tonight. Regardless of the player effort or whatnot and all that, tactically, when Liverpool have not picked up points in the Jurgen Klopp era, there's been moments and Jurgen Klopp has been tactically outdone again tonight. You can talk about the individual player performances as well, but Liverpool couldn't, for the life of us, even when it went to 2-0, you went sound. Yes, we made substitutions at half-time. Robinson, I'm not even going to get into play. I should really, but I'm not going to waste my time on these Liverpool players tonight because, quite frankly, they don't deserve my time. And for everyone that did go the game tonight, I'm disappointed that you couldn't see a good Liverpool performance as well. So we had, obviously, Scamacca scoring just before half-time, 38 minutes in with his goal. And then Liverpool made like 3 quick fire changes on the stroke of half time in the second half. So Buzz come on, for Curtis Jones. Salah come on for Elliott, which I was very disgruntled with. I think Elliott was very, very unlucky to come off at half time. I think if we're all Harvey Elliott, you're looking at Jurgen Klopp going, Gaffer, what have I deserved to come off? Like, he was one of our brightest sparks in that second half. Robbo come on, which is understandable for Kostas Tsimikas. I thought that was Alberto Moreno playing left back for Liverpool tonight. It was on one of the goals. He's literally on the halfway line, and then Liverpool's, I think it was for our first goal we conceded, and then Liverpool's defence all shifts over, all because Kostas Tsimikas is 50 yards up the other end of the pitch. But even still, when that ball does get into Scamacca's feet for the first goal, there's no pressure on the ball down the byline. It's schoolboy edish. It's Conference League football really at the back for Liverpool, and you thought, oh, Salah coming on might impact the game. Szoboszlai coming on might impact the game. Nah, none of that. It had an even worse impact. I didn't even know Salah and Szoboszlai were on in that second half. They done absolutely nothing. Even Diaz coming on for Darwin Núñez. Núñez had a couple of opportunities in that game. I think the best chance in that first half for them come with a lovely threaded through ball by Curtis Jones. Curtis done all the work. All Núñez has to do is take that down that left-hand side, round the goalkeeper, and just slot it in the back of the net. I just don't quite get, and you know me for the regulars on my channel, I love Núñez. I think he'll do really well for Liverpool in the long run. But tonight, he's so inconsistent when he's in front of goal. Like, he could literally, like those goals against Bournemouth, he could literally be 25 yards out from goal and just bend it in the top corner. Then there's a chance like tonight where he's got the time and space and he needs that bit more composure. And he just does that. I just don't quite get, and I don't think Jurgen Klopp and even the players on the pitch tonight understand how they need to get the best out of Núñez. But that comes from Jurgen Klopp as well, tactically tonight, or even for the next couple of weeks to come as well. If we want to get Liverpool and we want to be winning the league, we cannot be playing like we did tonight. It's not good enough. Yeah, Jota must have started, but we've just rushed him back from injury, Cop. It's disappointing, and the thing is, what is it? We're rushing. We might potentially rush Jota in. I know we brought him on in the second half, obviously with 15 minutes to go. But our season should not just be dependent on getting players back. I want to be seeing Liverpool, and everyone points to obviously the great stats and all that. Yes, Liverpool coming back into games, but that shouldn't be happening in the first place. For Liverpool, we should be controlling games much better than we actually have this season. Everyone will be going, oh, yes, we're joint top of the league. Of course we are. But if Liverpool have another 90 minutes like that in the Premier League, our Premier League campaign will be well and truly over. Because Manchester City are a juggernaut. Arsenal have been a juggernaut this season in the Premier League. And yes, it was shocking. I just run out of words, really. Just all of them, really, mate. Chat, they were appalling. But big up there. I don't blame Canarsie and Van Dijk because of the lack of strength. Gomez, Endo play for. It's just the whole overall performance, mate. In all honesty, it goes. I'm putting this result on Jurgen Klopp's head, really. Because he picks the tactics. He's had all week to pick this. And really, from a game plan, Gasperini's done us like he did a couple of seasons ago in the Champions League. And Atalanta, fair play to their amazing away supporters. They were very loud, as you would anticipate. And let them celebrate. I've got no issues after the full-time whistle. I'm not going to be the celebration police. They deserve it. They just come to Anfield and absolutely wipe the floor with Liverpool Football Club, and they've done us as well. But yeah, so let them have the 5 minutes as well, mate. Anyway, but it is what it is. But yeah, big up there, Niall, as well. We can talk players till we are blue in the face, but this is on Klopp. Disrespected Atalanta and was looking towards the Palace game. Shocking all around. Players, fans, tactics, formation, the whole thing as well. Yeah, and even I didn't go to the game. Obviously, we're doing a watch along, but if anyone did go to the game tonight, please do let us know in the comments what was the Anfield atmosphere like when I was listening to the audio, obviously the game as well, it did seem quite flat. And I get, and Jurgen Klopp, and for any football team for the matter, it starts on the pitch. For any team's atmosphere, it starts on the pitch as well. The fans have got to have something to shout and scream about, really. But it's disappointing. But when you've got a team playing like that, of course, the Anfield atmosphere is going to be absolutely shocking. Disappointing. But Jurgen Klopp has really got to buck up his ideas. And I said this last season as well. I said I was going to give Jurgen Klopp another year, and that was even before this season played out the way it has, which was fantastic. I'm made up, but all made up that was second, joint top with Arsenal as well. But this season, quite quickly, a couple of match days in the Premier League could very quickly run away from Liverpool. And especially with the team behind us as well, Man City only a point behind or whatever it is as well. And the way Arsenal playing, they've been playing amazing. It is, and now the Klopp's end off is looking like a Carabao Cup. Thought we were going to run through walls for this manager. Laughable. Yeah. It was absolutely big up there, Scouse. That was a tactically hopeless. We got what we truly stuffed. There was time. Joe Gomez was only our defensive creator. How does that even happen? Yes, Scouse. And the thing is, I'm not even going to pick out Gomez because Gomez, he's had a phenomenal season. He has been for Liverpool this season. Liverpool's for me, one of our most consistent players. He's been absolutely amazing. But at the end of the day, it was like we were playing in first gear, and Klopp, whatever we've trained for tactically for this Atalanta game, we've done absolutely the polar opposite to what we wanted. And is it Jurgen Klopp going, oh, we're gonna throw the Europa League out of the window? Like, that's what it felt like to me tonight, chat. I don't know how you felt about it, but that's dangerous. As you have said already tonight, chat, we could just end up with the League Cup. Is that a successful season? No, not for me. Considering the quality in this Liverpool side, the quality in the managerial, yeah, we got Jurgen Klopp, but but yeah, big up there, guys. Nah, hopefully not, mate. But yeah, it's disappointing, mate. Jack, look how many times we lost this season. Everton fans feel like this every other game. Big up there, Steve. Thing is, though, Steve and chat, that is a Champions League final for Everton Football Club. It is for anyone coming up against Liverpool so far at the back end of this season. Their team talk is basically, can we derail and destroy Liverpool's Premier League campaign? That's all you need to do. Like Everton, it's their Champions League final. Obviously, they've got they want to stay in the Premier League as well. So even the expectations in that game is even more heightened now, considering the way in which Liverpool, and people might go, it's an overreaction, and I might try and play this down. Don't let anyone play this performance down to your Reds. And I'll be the most happiest Liverpool fan on planet Earth, like all of us, if Liverpool can turn this round. But I am sick to death of Liverpool just going into games and we're basically playing 2-3-0 down before we've even got started going within games. Like, it's tactically so naive. The absolute disrespect to Atalanta tonight by Jurgen Klopp and those Liverpool players. Whatever competition you're playing, you've got to warrant your place on a football pitch. Regardless if you played at Anfield or if you're playing away in Europe or in the Premier League. Like, we're up against Palace. You think Palace are going to turn around and let us tickle their bellies and wipe the floor with them? No. You've got to step on the pitch for the next couple of weeks as well in the Premier League. And you've got to warrant winning the Premier League. You need to win the Premier League. It doesn't just get handed on a plate to you. No. Like, but we had the writing was on the wall for the last couple of weeks as well, chat. Let's not forget the 2 Man United games as well. Like, there's only so many times Alisson, Kelleher, the lads at the back can really bail you out. But when the lads up front aren't providing the goals, and I'm not even going to mention Endo and McAllister, because eventually we are an injury to Maka or Endo to our season be well and truly over. We are. Because Lord forbid, if McAllister was to get injured or Endo, then it'd literally be about 7-0 in the second leg for Atalanta, because we are so light, and McAllister's been probably our best player over the last couple of weeks. And we didn't see the best out of him. So it's almost a case in point of, if McAllister doesn't play well, if Endo doesn't play well, if Salah doesn't play well, it's like, who else in this Liverpool team, who else is going to grab that shirt and go, yeah, I'm going to win this game for Liverpool? And I feel so, I said it before, I feel so sorry for Elliott to be getting dragged off there at half time. If I'm him, or all of us at him at half time going, what? Like, the players that were still left on that pitch, disappointing, but I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. Any Atalanta fans that are in here and watching on the post-match, congratulations. You deserve that. You should have really won that game 4 or 5-0. But let's hope not that this performance does not creep into Liverpool's game in the next couple of weeks to come, a couple of months to come as well. There's a long way to go in the Premier League, but our season could very quickly unravel underneath in front of us anyway, and I'm hoping it doesn't. But yeah, I expected some fight from Atalanta, but man, I never expected this of intent from them at Anfield. They've done it before, Georgie, even the COVID year as well, mate. Obviously they've done the job over us anyway. They are a very good side. Their position in Serie A, obviously 6 in the, obviously they've got a game in hand on obviously the likes of Roma and the other teams around them. But yeah, Gasperini, very highly underrated outside of Italy, of Italian football anyway. Wouldn't surprise me if he does get a bigger job, no disrespect to Atalanta, but teams of whether Juventus do come in for him in a couple of years or whatnot, because for what Gasperini does, for the budget in which he's got at Atalanta, it's basically pennies. He's literally got not a lot. If you've not seen a lot of Atalanta, I'm absolutely buzzing that Lookman didn't come on the pitch tonight. Like, the way he's played so far over the last couple of seasons for Atalanta, and Lookman, and if you're wondering who's Lookman, the ex-Everton player, he used to play for Fulham as well. If he would have come on, he would have made that about 6 or 7-0 to Atalanta, because we parted like the Red Sea, mate, at the back. We were like, go ahead, Atalanta, just go for it, lads. Virgil and Van Dijk's playing everyone on side. The whole back line's playing each other on side. And if it wasn't for Keller, that probably would have been an absolute cricket score anyway. But Wiggs, disgraceful result, especially at Anfield as well. Yeah, it's like this notion of, yeah, it's like everyone, like the players turned up, and even the manager, by the looks of it, was like, oh yeah, sounds. But do I say that the flags impacted the performance? I'm not blaming the fans, because the fans have got, obviously, with the flags, the spear and cop and all that. Quite, I get 100% where they're trying to come from as well. With near right, they come to Anfield, they bring all the fan, like they make the Anfield atmosphere as well. In terms of the fans and the flags and everything, that's part of what a European night is. And I get where they're trying to come from. I understand, I respect it, and I think, but at the end of the day, that comes from inside the football club as well. Like, their message was loud and clear tonight, and it was loud and clear in terms of the performance as well. Like, and I think Jurgen Klopp, I've seen a couple of times it translated on the telly as well. Look like we was reacting to the fans as well. I'm like, sorry, Jurgen, I'm sorry, but it's up to the players, and it's up to you as a manager to grab control of that game from the touchline and start dictating the tempo, and then building on a good attack or a goal to come back into that game. But we give Atalanta the freedom of more or less the freedom of Merseyside tonight anyway. But yeah, disappointing. I'm not gonna. It's everyone might mention the atmosphere as well, but it's up to the players to create that Anfield atmosphere as well. It honestly is, and it's up to the manager as well. Just not good enough. Last few games have been they have stayed well in the games in which in Liverpool's tenure. We've only won one league title, which is ridiculous. And I know everyone goes, "Oh, we're against City and all that," but at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, when we all sit down and that, we've only got one league title and the Champions League to show for it. It's the best Liverpool side in my lifetime in 28 years of supporting Liverpool. And who knows what happens post Jurgen Klopp? We might go on, whoever comes in, but we can't be counting our chickens really. Like, it's unprecedented times next season, but there's still a job to do this season. Let's not just go, oh, if the results don't go our way in the Premier League, let's just not just roll over and go, oh, sounds disappointing. The effort to now turn this around cost us 2 league games. This will be drained if we produce another Barca. Yeah, it's the thing, mate. It's just sloppy, mate. It's honestly, and you'd have all and we'll all be made up if Liverpool turn this round. Bloody hell, we all will be. But this should not have been in this position. Should not have been in this position in the first place. I agree with you. Never underestimate anyone, even in Premier League, European. And there's one side that you would really think that would not do that would be Liverpool as well. But yeah. Big up there, the upper tier. Over for the Palace game. Good luck there. Good luck there, mate. Good luck. But yeah, the Airbnb crashing as fans cancel Dublin bookings. Yeah, it's ridiculous, mate. Yeah. Everyone had already pre-planned their Dublin adventure as well, mate. Already. Honestly, think Klopp has lost not the whole dressing room, but some key players as well. I tell you what, Paul, it won't be just Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp leaving the football club anyway. It will be a couple of big players. I've said this for a couple of weeks when I've not been speaking to my mates and all that off camera as well, off air. And it is, for me, it will be. It's not just going to be Jurgen. I anticipate Salah to go. I anticipate there's something in the back of my mind of being saying for 12 months on the channel. I think Alisson will go in the next post-Jurgen Klopp era. I think he won't stick around, especially if we don't get Champions League football next year. You expect Van Dijk, you expect Alisson to stick around. Yes, they get a big wage and all that, but Alisson Becker deserves to be winning league titles. He deserves to be at a football club that is winning trophies, because if we have another 12 months and if he's fit, Ali, next season, he can't say. You look, even when Alisson has saved our bacon on numerous occasions, it's like games tonight where Liverpool are just so open at the back. Like it's unexcusable, really. I hate that as well. But yeah, we have to. But yeah, Graham, you can't be relying on kids, mate, to win you the game. Like, there's enough senior players on that pitch tonight, mate, to win that game. Played the perfect game. You did. Big up there, Lucas. Congratulations, mate. Obviously, if there's any Atalanta fans tuning in tonight or on the repeat, fantastic performance. He's absolutely battered us. Gasperini done Jurgen Klopp tactically, and I'm pretty sure he'll do Jurgen Klopp tactically in that second leg as well. He's a very good manager. We've always known, unless the front 4 or 5 press perfectly, we can get exposed. I hate how we have these games in us and the mistakes as well. We should have won so much more. We should have, Scouts. At the end of the day, I think time will tell. Whatever happens with City anyway. But if you look at this Liverpool side, you look at the quality, even when Sadio Mane was playing at his peak, Fabinho when he was at his peak as well. I know he had the difficult season at the back end of his career, but we ran Fabinho into a brick wall. We literally knocked 5 years off Fabinho's playing career because he was literally putting out fires on his own in that number 6 role. He had no protection, and we ran him into a brick wall. And by Lord, I hope we do not run Alexis McAllister into a brick wall when he's playing for Liverpool. He needs protection. I need to be seeing more from Szoboszlai when he comes on, even when he does start games as well. And for me, I'd start Curtis Jones as well, and I'd start Elliott again. They didn't. Ridiculous. That I still don't understand why Elliott was hooked off to bring Salah on, who done absolutely nothing anyway. Like he did do at Old Trafford as well, done nothing. I think you're right, Jack. It's not just the money; it's the titles players want. They do, mate. Paul, like even in our pump in the 70s and 80s as well. You're telling me our legendary players would have sat round. And but that's the thing in the 70s and 80s. We had Bob and we had Shankly as well. We had winning managers. And Klopp, yeah, he's a winning manager, but he's nowhere near the likes of Shankly or Bob Paisley in terms of what those managers done for our football club. And this is me not demeaning Klopp. I love him to bits. He's done phenomenal work for Liverpool. But when it comes down to the crunch in terms of the big games like against City in the last couple of years as well, against Arsenal as well. The big games, the Real Madrid's last season. Let's not forget that game against Real Madrid in the knockouts. We were 2-0 up at home at Anfield. And then the game unfolded the way it did. Was finished 5-2? Like, that's tactically naive from Jurgen Klopp again. Like on that Liverpool side as well. In a European game, I always go back when I was young, I was watching Rafa. Just go back to a typical Rafa Benitez. You're telling me Rafa, if he went 2-0 up, 3-0 up in a European game, would have just continued to attack? No, he wouldn't. He would just park the bus, even though we were a very counter-attacking side under Rafa Benitez. But we knew the job. We knew everyone back, be defensively structured, be hard to get past as well. Everyone behind the ball. But when Liverpool go 3 or 4-0 up in games, we just continue to attack. I just don't understand why. That stems tactically naivety from Jurgen Klopp as well. And it just goes to show that when Jurgen has needed a big tactical performance out of his squad, whether that be in the Premier League in terms of a crunch game to potentially win you the league title as well, or a big Champions League final as well, we've come up very short. In all honesty. But yeah, disappointing chat. Be what you heard it as, Dave. Disappointing. Dave, if you're watching, mate, happy birthday to you, mate. I'll drop you the message anyway. We've had a lovely birthday, apart from the footy today, mate. When we have to play the kids, they did brilliant. Maybe we should have kept them playing them. Graham, potentially, mate. But yeah, that comes from desire, Graham, and chat. Like, Elliot, I don't know if you all were well adversed in terms of watching the interview we give before the game. Harvey Elliott's a massive Liverpool fan. He'll run through a brick wall. And what are we doing? We're using them sparingly. And again, people might say, and probably at this moment in time, Elliott deserves to be in that team because the midfielders aren't really doing enough. Even Salah as well. People might be banging on the door going, oh, you can't drop Salah against Palace. I would, because that second half performance, the 2 games against United, and everyone goes, oh, yeah, Salah's done amazing. He has done. But we are playing in the here and now. We're not playing 7 years ago where Salah's done tremendous. And even Salah in the big games, let's not forget, when we've needed Salah the most, in like the big games where we drawed against West Ham, the games when you look back in Jurgen Klopp's tenure, when we needed that crucial goal to go ahead, Salah hasn't quite got that goal. But it just can't be always Salah. It can't always be Salah. It needs to be, but that comes down to an over-reliance on the likes of Alisson, an over-reliance on Salah for the last bloody 6 years under Jurgen Klopp, an over-reliance on Virgil van Dijk as well. There's too much of an over-reliance on certain players in this Liverpool side, and that comes down to Jurgen Klopp from a tactical point of view as well. He needs to get more from his other players. Gakpo, like, I love the lad, but time is running out for like Liverpool fans' patience. There's only so much can defend Gakpo, but even tonight again, like if he puts in a performance like that, but that comes down to what I don't think a lot of Liverpool fans out there even know where Gakpo's best position is. And we were playing Gakpo this season in midfield. He's not a midfielder. Like Klopp might go, or Pep Linders, whoever is deciding these decisions, or we might be an attacker, he can't play there. No, he's captain for PSV. He plays left wing, but at even Nunes, we're playing Nunes left wing striker. I don't think there's so much going. And I'm not that I'm happy Jurgen's going, but the back of my mind, I am, because I want to see something fresh. I want to see some tactical control within certain games as well. I want to be seeing Liverpool win a lot more games than we are as well, and that might be me being selfish in terms of me being. People might go, "Oh, we've had it good with Jurgen, but it could have been better." And I tell you what, with a better tactical manager, I think Guardiola wins absolutely everything at Liverpool with that Liverpool team. I'll tell you that now. Like tactically, he does. Like if he had Liverpool's team, we would have probably ran away with about 3 or 4 Champions Leagues. Would have had about 5 back-to-back Premier Leagues as well. Like we would have. Like, but Jurgen Klopp and the tactical team behind him, yeah, I think you can understand why I think Davey even had enough. Well, yeah, it's disappointing. I felt sorry for Virgil tonight. He looked sick in his post-match interview. Yeah, but Paul, he's happy days. He's on 250, 300 grand. Salah's on 350 grand. And I don't feel sorry for footballers when they're on that amount of money, mate. Regardless, they're going home and they're happy. And I get and I'll bring it back. These players have done so much for us as well, but sometimes they need help from the sideline from a tactical point of view. Because there's certain weekends where Liverpool drop points in big games in Jurgen Klopp's tenure. Going, where's that performance come from? But it is what it is. Yes, I'm just speaking from the heart, Paul. And this is. I wanted to go out tonight and just control. I miss watching a Jurgen Klopp side control games of football. The heavy metal football was all well and good. We've got players on the pitch tonight to dictate the tempo of the game. McAllister, controller. Endo is a controller in that 6 as well. So Buzz, we're bringing him on in the second half, but we've not. And again, obviously, he's only been at the club for a very short time. But I don't understand what we're coaching him to do on the pitch tonight. And even when he has played over the last couple of weeks as well. And of course, people are criticising, and I've criticised Bosley's performance, but it comes down to it really from the coaching perspective. He's only doing what he's been told in the weeks prior to games as well. We're stifling Szoboszlai's best qualities in this team. We're stifling Gakpo's best qualities, Nunez's best qualities. And for me, I think we're just shoehorning Salah in at this moment in time just to appease Salah into the starting 11. It should be whoever's on that starting 11 tonight, or for the next couple of weeks to come as well, deserves, and they need to put in a shift. But I want to be seeing more in the next couple of weeks from a tactical point of view. I want to see us controlling games, winning games, comfortable. I don't want Liverpool going 2-3-0 down behind and then Liverpool winning the game 4-3. No, less of that. Yeah. As Steve said there, potentially play Jadon's hands. He deserves a little run out, mate, at the end of the day. But thing is, Atalanta went man to man and we couldn't cope with it. Yeah, they did, Eamons. But it's almost like we didn't have a whole week to prepare for this game. Obviously, we'd come off the league game, but I'm running out of words, chat. I apologise for being negative, but I'm like all views and disappointed on tonight's performance. But it's just not been an accumulation of just the 93 minutes we've seen. It's off the back of those 2 United performances. And it's like anything really, in just speaking in football, general football in terms. Tonight's game, we are treading dangerously close to the edge in the Premier League to our season be well and truly over. But it wouldn't surprise me if we do see a performance like this in the next couple of weeks in the Premier League if we don't buck up our ideas. We need to actually start sending these players and actually doing something in the week from a tactical point of view, because we just don't have any control within games no more. Or even when we do, there's no killer instinct to our game no more. I don't know what it is, but it is what it is. But Reds, apologies have been a bit negative today, but we've just been slapped 3-0. Anyone glossing over this and being majorly over positive is probably being on the sheddy, being honest. But Reds, go and enjoy. It's nearly the end of the weekend. Go into work, uni, college, or whatever tomorrow. Go and smash it, Reds, as well. And try and forget about Liverpool for a couple of hours anyway. But Reds, I'm not even going to get... Well, if it was to give a man of the match, that'd have to be for Kelly, because it could have been easily more than 3. So I'll give man of the match to Kelly. And for the player that wasn't even on the pitch, I think Elliott done okay, but not amazing. But he was the best of the bad bunch, those two. Yeah, but Reds, look after yourself. Disappointing from Liverpool tonight. We have literally made it so much more difficult for ourselves in the second leg. And you'll have people going, oh, if we actually do, and we'll all be made up, if Liverpool win the second leg, be like, oh yeah, you didn't believe in this Liverpool side. It's not a lack of belief; it's a lack of control within games. Like history speaking for itself. 1 league title, 1 Champions League, 1 League Cup, well, 2 League Cups, 1 FA Cup. Great, but could have been much more in the Jurgen Klopp era, just like Debbie says. But big up there. Nah, thank you, Paul. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in, even if you have tuned in for 2 seconds or whatnot. Drop a like on the video as well. Really gets it out to the more Liverpool fans. I want to gauge their thoughts or your thoughts and opinions as well. If you are watching on the repeat, do let us know your thoughts on the game as well. Disappointing from Liverpool. We literally acted like the Arsenal of old the past few days, absolutely bottling it as well. We have done. And so quickly go up. I think I more or less read out everyone's comments as well. But Reds, nearly the weekend. See you very soon, Reds. Disappointing from Liverpool. Let's hope we don't see any more performances like that in the league, especially in the Premier League. Could be a long season.